Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. So on the Bitcoin chart, we've seen this pullback. Yesterday we talked about this possible pullback into one of our support regions. The support area has now been reached. I really only want to focus on the 1 hour chart. The daily chart, it feels very repetitive. We can look at that maybe later today after the Fed interest rate decision. It's going to be a volatile day today. So things could change, things could, there might be a need to adjust depending on how much action we see. Now, last few Fed days, Bitcoin wasn't really that aggressive, okay, or interesting or volatile, but things might be a bit different later today as we are approaching that Fed day, okay? So what I'd like to do here is just, well, not Fed day, we're approaching the interest rate decision, but because the Fed is trying to, or will most likely, as you know, reduce interest rates, right? That's been priced in. The question is it 25? Is it 50 basis points? That's not quite clear yet. So we're dealing with that B wave, B wave pullback here possibly. So if we go down lower, the B wave is still unfolding. In this case, we have a support area defined between 54,300 and 57,510. I mean, that is still like a standard support region for a B wave. However, if the pullback is just shallow, then, and this is what will be tested first, naturally, then this is the upper support area here, 58,322 to 59,395. That's the upper support area. And we are dealing with the wave 2 pullback here in a larger, let's say a larger C wave rally, circle wave C to the upside. So we have an A, B, C structure. The B wave might have completed here in the white count. That's what we discussed yesterday. In this case, I'm watching for 67K, okay? And it's possible that the A wave was a 5-wave move, which is why generally we are looking for higher prices. The B wave might have bottomed here, even though my view is this looks a little bit more like a 5-wave move, which is why I preferred another low into that lower support area. But again, on a scale like that, these patterns are hardly reliable. And to be fair, I can make a case for a 3-wave move, A, B, C. Yeah, and then in the C wave, it's difficult to see, but we could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in that case, it's an ABC structure. But as I said, you can also easily, on this scale especially, call that an A, B, no, one second, not an ABC, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see what I mean? It's tricky. So yeah, that's why, because we had the breakout above initial resistance yesterday, we had a breakout above this high. Okay, price couldn't sustain there, but still made a new high. That makes us already look for higher prices more directly without another test of support. As you know, we are dealing with larger, let's say, we are dealing with a larger diagonal pattern to the upside. Okay, so we are dealing with, for example, the larger white count here. That would be the bullish count. Okay, and that's why I'm tracking an ABC structure to the upside anyway. So wave 1 was an ABC, wave 2 an ABC, wave 3 an ABC, wave 4, and then wave 5. And then we can say, okay, we have 5 waves in A. The B wave, okay, maybe it forms another low, maybe it's already bottomed. Overall, we're looking for higher. But what does that tell us? Well, it tells us that we're dealing with an overall very fragile structure, because even in a diagonal, subwaves are corrective. They are fragile. They can easily break, things like that. They can transform just because they are corrective. That the fact that the subwaves are corrective, it tells us a lot. Okay, it tells us a lot. So that easily changes things, I mean, all the time. And that means trading isn't easy, and we need to be careful when trading this. Gridding, okay, scaling in, scaling out does work well. The support area is holding. You never really know where the price might get to in this pullback, but we can see that the 38.2 retracement was reached. So some of you might have opened the first long position here. It's difficult to trade this aggressively unless you have a different approach. Elliott Wave in these diagonals, it can work well with a gridding approach, let's say scaling in, scaling out. I think for really aggressive trading, you would need a different system. Elliott Wave is no trading system. It tells you about market structures. Okay, you can use the Fibs to find positions, but then you might need an additional indicator. Yeah, you might need your volume profiles or something to understand when you actually want to be a little bit more aggressive with your position. But it tells you a lot about market structure, and that's why we're looking for higher prices overall, which means we are looking for either a direct move up in 5 waves or a larger ABC structure, and then we could take off from there. The idea is that today we have to expect a lot of volatility. So I wanted to prepare you for the different outcomes that are possible. So as long as we're holding the upper support area, a direct pathway higher as possible, we've now seen a 3-wave pullback into the upper support area. If we get a break above this B wave high at 60,800, we could take off directly. If we see a break below 58,320, it could be that we test the lower support area again. In this case, the price could attempt another rally from down here within the same scenario. It would just be a little bit of a deeper pullback, okay, in a more extended ABC structure within a still unfolding circle B. Only if we see a break below 54,300, well, that would be kind of outside of the scope of this scenario and could open the door to 43K. These are the scenarios we need to be prepared for. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.